Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to a second Melanin Mama Monday. If this is your first time clicking on my video, then welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right down below so you don't miss another upload. So today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips that will help you be successful being a student mom in grad school or undergrad. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Ride around and I'm getting it. Ride around cause I'm so low.
So just to give you guys a quick overview of my grad school experience as a student mom, I started my master's program in the summer of 2019 for my master's in human resource management. My son was 9 months at the time I started school, and I just finished my last semester a few weeks ago, and he is about to be 3 in August. So it took me basically 2 years to finish. I did take 1 semester off in the fall of 2020 just due to everything that was going on in the world with the pandemic, with Black Lives Matter, with just the presidencies. Like, it was just a lot going on for my mental, and I just really needed that time to just kind of refocus and reset. So I did take 1 semester off, but other than that, it was a pretty good experience. I did an online program at Stony Brook University. It was completely online. There was no Zooms. Everything was on Blackboard, and each semester was 10 weeks. So I did summer, fall, spring, and then I did summer, and then I did my spring semester. So I did a total of 5 semesters, and everything went really well. I really enjoyed my experience. I learned a lot, but it was a really difficult journey as a baby slash toddler mom. So let's get right into these tips that tremendously helped me. Well, some helped me and some I learned the hard way, but let's get right into these tips. So tip number 1 is to have a good routine with your child. So before you even start grad school, or if you're thinking about starting grad school and you have a little one, it's just really important to, 1, understand the stage that your child is at and really have a good routine with them. When you have a baby under 1, I feel like it is a little bit easier maybe during the day to really kind of multitask and do your work and have them with you or have them laying on you or whatever the case is. But as they get to a toddler and to those terrible 2s, it's gonna get harder and harder, girl, and you're gonna be running around and doing a bunch of stuff with this toddler. So to me, it is a little bit easier to start when they're a little bit younger, like baby young. You want to make sure that you just start and get a good routine with them from the beginning. Before you start school, have a good morning and bedtime routine. If you have a good routine throughout the day and you time block or however you do it, that is also going to be very helpful for you. But if you're like me and you're a go with the flow person, then you kind of you're going to go with the flow with school. So just having a good sleep routine really is going to be very, very helpful. For me, Carter was 9 months when I started, and at that time he had a really good sleep and wake up schedule. He was usually down no later, I think 9:30. I remember the first semester being really, I don't want to say easy, but pretty good, especially with his sleep. And I would stay up late nights and get my work done and do my readings and everything. And although I was tired, I really had a pretty good schedule on how I was getting through school. However, we know that babies and toddlers go through sleep regressions, and I mean, that's one part that's going to be really, really difficult, is managing those sleep regressions while you're in school. And I am also a single mom, so it was kind of hard to manage his sleep regressions and get my work done. So his sleep routine really got off track after that first semester because I couldn't pick and choose. I had to get my work done, but I also had to tend to my baby. So at a point, his sleep schedule, he wasn't going to sleep at 9:30 anymore, and it started to get later and later and later. And I had no choice but kind of to pick school at that point. It'll put you in difficult situations sometimes, especially if you don't have the help on hand. I do live with my mom, and she was able to help me when she could, but it wasn't an every night thing that I could always just pass him off to her because she had her own sleep schedule, work and stuff. So this is where tip number 2 comes into play, and this is to have a good support system with you while you're in school. I have a big support system, but in terms of physically, I only have my mom because I live with her, and my best friend because she lives like 10 minutes down the street. They were both able to help me a lot within this journey. When I needed a break, when I needed help, when I needed to just focus on some schoolwork for a specific amount of time, they were both really there for me to be able to kind of just sneak off and really just complete some assignments. So that's really, really helpful if you have a husband or a boyfriend or somebody, a significant other, a grandma, whoever your support system is. That's gonna really, really help you kind of focus and be able to get ahead and finish your assignments. Another great support system that unfortunately I didn't get to use is daycare. I was ready to put Carter in daycare when before he was 2. He was like 18 months. And that was last year in 2020, but unfortunately the pandemic literally happened when I was in the process of looking for daycares and everything. So at that point I was unable to put him in daycare, so I had to go through the rest of my semesters with him still at home, being very, very busy. And it really sucked, honestly, because I didn't have that time to really dedicate to school while he was, you know, at daycare. If your child is already in daycare and you don't have another job, or however your schedule works out, them being in daycare is really, really gonna help because you'll have more dedicated time to do your work, especially as a stay-at-home mom, and it's just gonna give you more of a breather because a lot of the time juggling school and being a mom, you don't have that much time to really just sit there and focus on one thing. It's kind of like reading while side watching, reading and side watching, or doing stuff and watching. Like, it's a lot of multitasking, which is good and bad. Definitely having a good support system will help you out tremendously. So tip number 3 is more on the schoolwork side. I made sure that I'm a very organized person, especially when it comes to work and things like that. So, and tasks. I have so many things that help keep me organized throughout the day, throughout the week, and throughout the month. I use monthly planners and calendars. So I have a calendar that has all of my big, like say big papers, big tests, or whatever the case is. I mark all of those on my calendar. I also use the reminders on my phone, and I use them on an everyday basis. So things that I had to get done daily between, you know, regular life and school, I will put them on my reminders. And I like things to be actually checked off, or like a checklist. Really helps me. So I was able to mark those things, and it would disappear and go away and make me feel so good inside because I got something done. And I also use like planners and stuff to actually break down my actual assignments or readings or whatever I needed to do like for the week. And lastly, I also had a dry erase board, and I will list all of my weekly assignments and things I needed to do for school, because for me, since I'm kind of more of a go with the flow person, every day is not productive. If I had a lot of things checked off in the beginning of the week, it'd be like, oh, okay, maybe more towards the weekend I will have a lighter week, I wouldn't have that much to do. Maybe Tuesday I slacked off and Carter really got the best of me. So I know that Wednesday and Thursday I really need to step it up and be productive. If I have a lot of unchecked things towards the end of the week, I know that I'm gonna have a really busy weekend. So it just kind of helped me gauge how my week goes, and also it helped me stay motivated. Like, if I had a really productive day, it was like, yes girl, you are doing the thing, you had a really great day, you're not gonna have too much to do, or you're just really on track. So if you like to stay organized and like to do like lists and things like that, that will really, really help you stay on track with just school and your assignments and keep yourself up to date. Tip number 4 is to incorporate some me time and self-care. Y'all, it is so stressful, honestly, to balance watching a child and schoolwork. And if you're home with the child all day, you're literally going crazy. And that's just what stay-at-home mom life is. But you're literally kind of going crazy and trying to do work, and it can get really, really hard. And for me, if I started to get in that mode where I'm just getting stressed out by my baby and stressed out by school, I'm just like overly stressed, at that point I need a break, and that's where self-care and me time comes in. And that doesn't matter if that's just laying on the couch watching TV, taking a long shower, just getting some time in for myself, by myself. It's just so important for me. So just make sure that you're giving yourself a mental break. Like I said, I had to take a semester off because my mental was just so clouded, and just, you know, it's really important for you to really find the time for yourself and kind of reset and refocus, so you're not just stressed going into every day. Like, you just want to kind of unwind, relax your thoughts, and kind of get some time into yourself that you're not dedicating to school or to your baby. And the last tip is to do your best to try to get ahead at the beginning of the semester. We all know the end of any semester, teachers are trying to put this paper and this assignment and this group project, and it gets so overwhelming at a point because it's just like, why y'all all doing this? And then a lot of times you might have things due the same day, and it just gets really stressful. So if you can, just try to be strategic and try to get ahead, especially if you're online and you already have what's due when and what week y'all gonna be talking about, whatever. Just try to get ahead. If you can read, if you have extra energy and you can read a little bit more of your chapter to be done quicker, then do that. I tried my best to do those things so I can kind of get ahead, and for the most part I was pretty much, like, I would say like a week ahead in my schoolwork, but those days when I was unproductive kind of counteracted that. So just, if you can, try to get ahead as much as you can, because it'll help you and you won't be as stressed at the end of your semester balancing being a mom and being in school. So yeah, those are my tips to help you be successful at being a student mom, no matter if you're in grad school or undergrad. Like I said, the factors are going to be different for everybody. That depends on it. Well, now that we're in a pandemic, but that also depends on if you're going to school in person, if your child is in daycare, if you're have a really good support system. Like, everybody is going to be a little bit different. Their factors are going to be different, but it is achievable. You can do it. You can be successful. You just have to make sure that you're motivated. Give yourself rest, okay? You cannot complete school being tired 24/7. I've tried, okay? But just try to get your time in, do what you can. Honestly, it's a really hard journey, but it's really worth it in the end. When you are done with your last semester, it's gonna be amazing. But I hope these tips help you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have been a student mom or are currently a student mom, if you have any questions, let me know. I can make another video answering any questions. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next Melanin Mama Monday. Bye guys.
Been doing me, living my life like it's carefree, dancing and smiling, I'm no longer crying, cause all of the people that kept on lying are out of my life. Now I'm living right, I'm solo and I'll be, and I know God got me, won't deal with the strife.